sneezing, I chew. I hate to break it, but me and myself top two. I blow away the competition like a bowl of hot soup. And there's no catch. I go and get the bag and I'm not bringing it.
Today, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Huh? Oh, nice.
We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a...
Long story short, I'm going to keep this quick. I caught my ex-boyfriend of about a year and a half texting his ex-girlfriend behind my back, and I'm one of those people who likes to give the benefit of the doubt, so I did not confront her about this. I don't know what they were saying or what they were talking about, so I just left it be. And then a couple weeks later, I was hanging out with one of my girlfriends, and her friend, her name is Haley, that's kind of important to know, and Haley decided that she was going to test his loyalty, so she texted him from her number, and
routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here are the Steelers making their way out, and with their longtime starter, Ben Roethlisberger, leading the way.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And his first pass here is...
What's up, motherfucker?
I'm Haley.
I'm Jade. Also your ex-girlfriend.
You ready for this? You don't go back to that house. Ever. You understand? Ever.
All right.
Unless you have an appointment. Okay. And you better have a fucking appointment. All right? Okay. Understood? Understand? Tonight you'll be jerking off, just so you know. There is no Haley.
Haley's
And
my
by
friend.
the way, Haley is her friend. You fucked up, dickhead. Have a nice night.
Get ready for sunshine and sunscreen, for ocean air and salt water, for smiles as big as the Atlantic. Smiles as big as the Atlantic. Get ready to...
We got Trey Blaze with the black tank top. We got Brian 954 in all black. These guys are fighting for blood. A little foot movement for both of them. A little hand movement for Brian. Trey Blaze and Brian going at it. First round. Good first round, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Man, make sure you tune in. 60K TV, sign up, subscribe, notifications right now. Right now, it's real love. Boys, action packed first round. You boys are leaving it all in the ring. That's what I like to see. Hey. Time. Good job, gentlemen. Let's go. Let's go. Fight time, gentlemen. Fight time. We got 100 third, 100 stand against Jason Lynch. 100 third, 100 stand against Jason Lynch. Warm up, gentlemen. Warm up. Hell yeah, this boy was on the field. Let's go. Let's go. We fight. Yeah, there's some blood action in this one. Jay Blaze and Brian going at it. Yeah, we got some blood in there. We got some blood to read Jay Blaze, but he's still fighting through it. He's showing his warrior spirit right now. Hey, we need a towel for Jay Blaze. Anybody got no towel to give up for Jay Blaze? Somebody wipe down Jay Blaze's balls. No.
Where's the ball? I don't know. Let's go!
I'm the bad parent because they can't force me to believe that my son is a woman. So I'm going to tell you this. Fuck Dr. Phil. Fuck his motherfucking wife. Fuck goddamn Paramount Studios. Fuck all you other crazy, dumbass son of a bitches that think a dick can somehow magically turn into a pussy. It's not motherfucking happening. That's the bottom line. I held it down. It was ghetto ratchet shit, but I don't give a fuck because I'm standing on mine. At the end of the day, my son is a man. And the rest of y'all need to stand on your shit too. I don't give a fuck what label these people have by their name. Common sense is we know damn well a man cannot be a woman, okay? If you were supposed to be a woman, you wouldn't have to go and have surgery to get titties put on your breast. You would already be born with them. If you was a woman, you wouldn't be born with a dick. You wouldn't have to go get your dick cut off. Now, I'm going to stick to common sense, okay?
Skeletons, and I'm not ready for the party yet. Oh dear, I have to finish my costume.
Design isn't just for designers. It's for everyone. With Canva, anyone can create.
People think that I'm a joke, so they gon' freshly test me. But just cause I'm a little white boy, don't mean I can't move bitches. I'm Jeffrey Epstein.
Relax. Yo, don't touch him, man. Don't touch him. Yo, hey, you're doing too much. Relax. Yo, my man, relax. You're doing too much. Relax.
Shout out to Black History Month, yo. I'm a proud Jew. So let me tell you a lesson about the Holocaust. My people died because Hitler tried to gas them in the chambers on fire heavy. Not a Holocaust. So y'all really think that Will is top tier? Nah, he's average as fuck. You're just like my ancestors. You're only fired because you got people gassing you up. Fuck you, white boy. I'm more than just mad at you. It ain't even because you're a rapping dude. It's because your attitude. Understand what I'm saying? Dumbass white boys that just doing the tapping. I fuck around here you so far left, they gonna think that you radical. If y'all don't listen, yeah, I'm that nice. Yeah, I'm that nice.
You're not violating. Let's go.
Hey, yo, hold it down.
Work right now.
Hey, yo.
Work right now, bro. It's not a lunch break.
Yo. Let him eat. Hey, yo, let him eat. I'm about to eat. All right. Hey, yo. I'm that nice. This fag not talking behind your back when they say he backbite. Fruity ass nigga. I don't know why you live that life. I wonder how your parents found out you was gay. You came home one drunk ass night, stumbling in the house, feeling for the light. Forgot you had on that blouse. Your mom seen it on sight. She would have told your dad like, huh? Think he's gay. Your dad gonna say, I know that's right. And then I went on your website. You posted some shit about how you a marketable dumbass. And then you went on Worldstar and posted a picture of them clowning your bum ass. After that, I knew the shit was the whole act. The whole LGBTQ community need to come and snatch their rainbow back. Yo, you a gimmick. You wanted to be in battle rap so fucking bad, you suck dick just to get in it. You a clout chaser. I know you gonna push this battle to the limit.
อยากกินนะลูกอยากกินน้องหมูอยากกินอุ้ยมันอยากกินอุ้ยเป็นลมโอ้นอนเลยเอาแล้ววะ5-3-7-5 ออกแน่
Yellow, good job. All right, the yellow ball goes right there. All right, let's try it out. Let's tap each of the 3 balls with this hammer and see if they go down the click clacks. That was the yellow ball. Now for the green one. And the last one is blue.
Gonna fall incomplete.
To the sideline and incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Stop. Stop. You want me to smack you? Huh?
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Roethlisberger going to get that to Ebron. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Now we get our first peek at the Ravens offense. And at the helm, of course, the most valuable player of the NFL in 2019, Lamar Jackson.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. If he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And maybe shades in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Partner, you know when we call it a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Aaron Donald's the name most people think about at the defensive tackle position, but an all-pro last year alongside him, Cameron Hayward, an absolute nightmare to try and block. And he gets into the backfield on that play and finishes it off with a loss.
And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on 3rd down.
They'll look to run with Edwards. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here. This close, sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys.
Got a man, it's called for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Tucker now to kick it away for a touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it down, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
They'll contain him to just 4, second down. The numbers for Smith-Schuster in that game last week. 8 catches, 97 yards.
5th in the league in receiving yards, and that's a strong category. I mean, if you're in the top 5 in anything, I don't care whether it's football or tiddlywinks, you're having a nice season. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. This is Johnson, he's got it. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. First time with James Conner. And his first carry, he loses the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive guy,
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make the play and disrupt things.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Second rounder is J.K. Dobbins. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? To be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Jackson. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Jackson from the shotgun. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro safety, Mika Fitzpatrick. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Trying to stick with Dez. There got too physical. Pass interference.
I like your note there. So physical. Hard for any defender to cover Dez Bryant without drawing a pass interference call.
No run with Dobbins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
One more time with Dobbins. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Third and goal, Jackson being chased out left. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read is picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They start with a give to Connor. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. We hit halftime as we do all season. We'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Forced out to his left. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was that 3 drives? 3 fumbles? It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Buying time to his left. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Third and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. This is Edwards. a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Jackson. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot, and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Eluding the pressure right.
Come on, man. Lamar.
Incomplete.
Can make the pass.
Now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this
That's
drive
nice work.
started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Caught by Snead over the middle. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw again is Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson gets intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. And it's the Browns who are out on top. Baker Mayfield with a couple of touchdown passes. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. Deshaun Watson has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who are out in front. The Chargers still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Meanwhile, in our game, just the lone touchdown accounting for all the scoring. A tight one, 7-0 is the score. And for the call of the second half, we send it back to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotton and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. Set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Can't never have no fun.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Hey, kill Ricky.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard.
We haven't gotten to that part. You know what I think he did at the half? Just get back into character. Get back down there. Get back into character.
Thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half.
Second half starts with a run by Dobbins. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. We're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory? Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Now Jackson, flush to his right. That's into the hands of the tight end Boyle. 7 yards, the pickup there. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. And the Ravens defense, they get ready, and they trot back out onto the field. And of these highlights that we show here, I think the big thing to put an asterisk next to, 3 fumbles.
Swarming, swooping, making it happen, knocking the ball free. So many teams work on it, but you don't see it work quite as well as we're seeing here in this game. And they mix in taking one out of the air a little bit too. This team is swarming like crazy and making big plays.
The drive will start with Connor. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Again, a run with Connor. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try to fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
A big play that time on the catch and run. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
This pass into the arms of Snead. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
That's definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is uh-oh. He's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That is what everybody's going to be tuning in tonight to check out for. And I'm going to tell you right now, man.
Here's Jackson.
I hope she does this.
This is caught. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Flushed out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown of the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. And boy, that was a heavy set. I think they had 3 tight ends out there. The fullbacks, you knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fool anybody at all. There was none of this show you heavy set, bootleg it out. No. Big guys up front, hand it to the big guy in the backfield.
Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 20. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Matt Judon, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Screen pass to Connor. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Which 9 times out of 10, he probably won't, just based on this season alone. He's been making a lot of crucial mistakes, man. In this episode,
out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. The Steelers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here's 3rd and 2.
Now, my final prediction is 4T. We think is, of course, working for someone.
To throw again is Roethlisberger. That's caught by the 6'8" tight end, Zach Gentry. He will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Roethlisberger going to get this one to Connor. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. He finds his tight end, Gentry. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
It's about to go down. I hope makes my final predictions as far as
to throw again.
I think it's a no chance.
It's caught at the 7-yard line. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them.
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. James Washington, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit.
You mean to tell me that these people that are very close to him, they all are going to survive? It ain't happening. Somebody got to go. So it's whether Aunt Louie is going to go in this episode or the next episode, or Uncle Jerome's going to go. That's my prediction. And from the looks of it, it does look like Aunt Louie is going to catch that L. Now, I hope I am wrong. I hope Aunt Louie does make it. As I told you, in the episode 7 trailer, they made it look like Walter was going to snitch, right? And in episode 7, he did. As I told you guys, he snitched. So, in the episode 8 trailer, they're making it seem like Aunt Louie is about to go. She's struggling. She may not make it, right? Would actually happen. I hope I am wrong. I hope Aunt Louie is able to survive. But from the very beginning, she's the one that assisted from the organization. Without her,
the Steelers use the first of
their 3 timeouts. So,
as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down.
Nice episode. We're going to figure that out. They ain't looking too good. That's all I'm going to say. It's not
They'll go again with
Dobbins. Now, the person that's going to inflict this pain on Aunt Louie, the majority of the Snowball fans have said that it will be Khadijah. That's who I think it's going to be. I think it will be Khadijah. At the same time, I'm not overlooking T at all. I'm not overlooking her trying to seek revenge, the whole little theory about her. So we got to look out for that as well. But what we do know is this: Khadijah will be spraying up the cemetery. And it seems like it's going to be Fatback's funeral in of course, that's going to be deadly because she's rolling up there. Franklin Saint, his whole family's out there, and she's spraying up the scenery. That's going to be a problem, and it's going to cause Franklin Saint to go to the next level. He's going to have to do something. He's going to have to potentially go to the next level because to be 100% honest, and I'm pretty sure you all can agree, Franklin Saint has pretty much caused this chaos by making it known that he wants to choose Scully or Manboy, whereas he should have just left it alone in the first place. Continue to do business. If they take each other out, they take each other out, right? Don't get involved in any of that. He was already told before he decided he wanted to get his hands dirty. He wanted to try to stop this because he thought it was bad business. Well, it seems like the decision he just made is bad business. It's going to be bad for the organization. It's going to be bad for his family on his set. It's done. You guys check out the playlist. I drop videos pretty much every day about Snowball. Hopefully you guys already know these theories that we've been talking about all season when it comes to, of course, the 20 to the 21-yard line. Getting set to go just spreading up the scenery. Of course, the mystery behind the turnaround, Charles, at the start of the game. Passing game was a little bit of a mess, but revealed tonight. This episode called Betrayal. It should be revealed tonight. Now, the episode is called Betrayal, so please
kind of calm themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they didn't change game planning a little bit in order to make things better.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
And another thing we have to talk about before I end the video is Teddy. We talked about Manboy. He's been trying to get the plug information. I told you guys, based on what you guys have been saying, Teddy, even if he does talk to Manboy, does that
mean a first down pickup of 8.
Just start working with Manboy, even though Manboy
he'll get that one complete to Connor.
I don't know about that. Teddy,
he'll be
he's a smart man, he doesn't just jump shit like that. Doesn't really make sense realistically. Why would you do business with Manboy, especially since he's been going through a whole lot?
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
Soldier for you. He has to prove himself first. So even if they do have that conversation, that instant connection is not going to happen that quickly. But if that conversation started, if Teddy does give
and not much on the return there, he'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
That's another conversation that we're going to have to talk about.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off, actually catching the ball when he has a chance. He's helping his team today huge.
They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Thank you guys once again. Well, I'm going to go out of here. Dark. I'm out.
And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Soccer is definitely a family, and we're really proud that we're able to bring more children into that community every day. What's important for us is that we align ourselves with great partners. MNT is to the communities that it serves.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at that time obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for the Ravens, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they get to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Chuck.
Nobody but the man. He's so look at me. People who's in the city. I heard that they got your number. Elliot, you in the number. The match goes. I heard that they got your number. Gotta hit on your brother like motherfucker don't blink, crack, flick the two fucking choppers and leave on move. I'm black to the good when you fuckers wait. That's enough for you to follow. Heavyweight rap. I spit too much for you to follow.
Mad that I came up. I know my granny gon' pay for me. It was just us in the vacancy. We had to get it from A to B. It's gonna go like this. Soon the words out of the righteous. Soon the mouth of the righteous. Soon can't tell what's so cold. I'm righteous. Please, 13, urgent, never enough. I'm with it. 5 for 3 on the business whole team. Got hands in the way for the bring. We did a lot for the win. Playing top on the team. Now we on top once again. Hey, I had to tighten the plan. I got it right in the end. Now we on top. Got a spot and it's locked to the clip all in. I just did my stance. I was tired. They just watched. That's what I said on my block. They wouldn't let me in. I've been on 10 signs. I've been holding it down. And I go to the gym and again. Who we can tell me the God? I'm the coldest of God, but he's falling again and again. I'm in the day. I'm doing 30 on 30 and up. You in the way. Either you go in the dust, but it's a buck. We did a lot for the wins. Came in and dropped on the team. Got me on top once again. I had to tighten the plan. I got it back in the end. Now we on top once again. We did a lot for the wins. Came in and dropped on the team. Now we on top once again. I had to tighten the plan. I got it back in the end. Now we on top.
I'm at the 4 champions. Run up on you with the harsh grandma's word with the car slamming. I stop your memory, nigga. Put that on my death docket memory, nigga. I can't not remember me, nigga. Top of the city like Will Lynn. Bentley Will Lynn, make you park your wheels in, nigga. Start your wheels in. Death approach. Get you feeling grim, regal folk. Close casket, the rich and woke. Scriptures for revelation. Some shit ain't got the double weight. I'm like this, I got the shovel weight. Niggas took it to another level, hey. Now you face it, the world you look south, right. Put the stitches in your mouth faster, yes. You heard it all from that. Niggas cannot see, and it's just like that.
Can't see me when I get on the ground. Game on, it's about to go down. I jump in, shake it all up. My moves make them run up. I'm looking for you know what's up. I got the party going up. I jump with the ground, shit. I'm a weird nigga. Hey, so shake it like you don't know. Shake it up everywhere. And I can pay things by the pound. Go to once a piece of love that sound. But we can just keep going around. I'm ready to put love around. Go ahead, touch down like that. Go ahead, touch down like that. Go ahead, touch down like that.
Faulkner Nissan is ready to help you upgrade your vehicle today. Choose from hundreds of low-priced Nissans at FaulknerNissan.com and build your deal 100% online.
Nissans cost less than Faulkner Nissan, to be sure.
Tobias Cars Family Freezer Favorites Blowout. Get 5-pound back.
Panic camera to the middle of the dance floor. I think there's something going down. Shorty packing goods like a transport. And I ain't never seen something so round. How round? Round like a planet in orbit. Round like a b-ball. 23 Jordan. Dunking on default. Automatic forces attract me to females. I look this gorgeous. How did you even come in existence? Hey, or did you just appear out in an instance? You got me all driven, revving my pistons. I wonder if she like the stick shift. Count a 4 and make a wish. I wish. What? That shorty keep it.
Real fucking radical.
this is second nature. All is automatic. You fools hurt. Jesus will. I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel away my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L.
There, you want to pick it back right downstairs?